Go, go, go.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And his first pass is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The open man is Westbrook. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Whiting, go with 5-3, go with 5-3.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Butler making the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Here we go, I got you.
Foles. He's got his man. It's Butler. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Here's Foles. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Foles. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time.
Rivers on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. Well, you're already down on the scoreboard, and now, Charles, you go out there, very first play, throw the interception. That defense, they're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, and let's see how they handled this, because we always talk about reverting back to what you practice. Well, you practice these situations. It's called sudden change. You don't expect to be out there this fast, but you are. Do you go out there with poise, or do you go out there with panic? Panic and get you scored on again.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Be alert, be alert.
Mike 51, come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Right in.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
1.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The kick by Lambeau is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Johnson running right. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
The 38-yard line.
The 180, black 11.
He's tired of you. He's tired of us.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike. Red.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Open man is Galladay, complete.
Yeah.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That's a gain of 7.
Red Delta.
On third down, Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And here now is the Jaguars' all-time leading scorer in another uniform. He had over 1,000 points with the Jags. Josh Scobie from the right hash. This from 48. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about it.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 76 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Hey, downtown!
Check safety, check safety.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jack Fox now. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
He's checking crack. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Back to throw here. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Go, go, go. Wide, get wide. Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine.
Now a handoff looking right. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Jaguars.
Keep going right at him. Go!
Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 51 to Mike, boy.
Let's go, great.
2nd and 10. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They give to Johnson going right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. 20. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Easy.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Mike's 50.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now a handoff looking right. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Set. 180. Hayden goal. Hayden goal.
Kill.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
Go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain of 14. And a Jaguar 1st down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Looking to throw. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Second and 13. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth. Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your... Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you? And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board. 3 points is 3 points. And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. From the 35 on second down, Foles. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Here we go,
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Darius Slay with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They go to Johnson again. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now he's into the clear. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Tonight, 180.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Kill.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.